Hey guys, I hope you're hungry. Welcome back to Raw is War Stories here on the Full Instance channel. My name is Jericho, and today I'm joined by the Iceman.
Hello.
So for today's episode, we're going to be talking about WWE Backlash. At time of recording, last night's event, the first ever SmackDown Live pay-per-view, since SmackDown Live didn't exist before, and the first branded pay-per-view since what, 07?
Since No Way Out 2007.
Sheesh. Which was, to my disgrace, before I became a fan. Unlike a lot of my friends and people I knew in elementary school and all, like everybody was into it like in the Attitude Era when Stone Cold and The Rock were really popular, but I always thought it was dumb and stupid then. It wasn't until I befriended Iceman that I really got into it.
And it's still dumb and stupid.
Yeah. So my first, it's not, because Backlash was amazing.
Yeah, except for last night. This is going to be a little bit of a different episode for us.
Yeah, especially compared to SummerSlam, which was nothing but rage and fury. But anyway, my first WrestleMania was actually WrestleMania 24. That was right when I became a fan, with a few months before that. So anyway, yeah, Backlash last night was the polar opposite of SummerSlam. It had really, really good matches, both for the men and the women. It had satisfying, believable conclusions, but also some surprises too. And it really, like, it makes me happy and mad. I'm happy that they, do something right for a change and give us what we really want. But I'm mad because why don't they do it all the time? Like, they seem to understand what we want, so why not do it?
Right.
So the first match, getting right into it, was on the pre-show. We actually watched the whole pre-show for once, and it was Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin. So, for a thrown together match, I thought it was pretty decent. I think that they both are not going to have a great career in WWE. Like, it seems like they definitely have more faith in Corbin, and him getting the clean win over Apollo Crews, kind of proved that point. But, I don't know, it was perfectly fun, but I thought Corbin was feuding with Kalisto, so I don't really know what's going on there.
I can't say anything about the match because I didn't see any of it.
No, that's right, that's right.
In the other room.
You sure were. So anyway, yeah, it was fine. Also in the pre-show, we had Heath Slater and Rhino give a hilarious promo that really got me on board with them as a team. I previously, I thought they were cool, and I've always liked Heath Slater, but I really hate, in this era of tag team wrestling, once again, starting to be something special, like it deserves to be. I don't like that they have a team of two single stars thrown together for no reason, but they really have an excellent chemistry both on the microphone and in the ring, and this promo was really what kind of made me see the light on that.
Yeah, I've always been on and off with Slater. Like when he first came around, I loved him a lot, with Nexus, and he was with Justin Gabriel, and then he kind of went away in my heart for a little while. And very recently, this new, hottest free agent WWE, self-deprecating storyline, which is actually heard was his idea originally. He's become one of my favorite things in all of WWE. I can't wait to see what he does next. I'm super happy he won.
Definitely. So the first match on the show was the six-pack elimination match for the SmackDown Women's title. And how amazing was it? I think it's easily my choice for the match of the night.
Oh, easily. So, it was... I said it right after the match was over. That was a flawless match. It made sense. Storylines were advanced in it. Everybody looked good. And a bonus was the person I wanted to win the most won the match.
Yep. Everybody got time to shine. I thought Alexa Bliss was really awesome. I liked, since they, the plan was for her to get eliminated right away. She got in a ton of offense and was, the star of the beginning. And I loved her Margot Robbie Harley Quinn outfit was awesome.
Everything. I'm really happy with Alexa Bliss.
And Naomi has been really, really impressive lately. I would have, that's the thing. It's such a strong division, the SmackDown women. I would have been happy with any of them winning. And they all proved
stars, but SmackDown has the depth.
Yep, I could not agree with that more. So yeah, we are both really happy to see Becky Lynch win. I think you made the point a couple of days ago that Becky, she's been in the title picture since she's been moved up, and if she doesn't win, then she needs to just get to do something else because it's crazy for her to keep getting shot after shot.
Right.
It's kind of like Rollins with the Universal title.
Okay. If Rollins doesn't win it, United Clash of Champions, needs to do something else.
Absolutely. Especially since the Authority is like against him now, apparently. Like we don't really know what Triple H's motivations or anything were yet, but like it's at least in question. Okay, so anyway, the second match on the show was the Usos versus the Hype Bros for the final spot in the tag team tournament. And the Usos, they've always been a really good team, but their new look and their attitude, like the things they would do, like shushing the fans and just acting like such sleazy, like it is kind of weird, like to go just like flipping a switch, like that they're like throwing themselves on the line for Roman Reigns a few months ago, and now they're evil and being jerks and all that, wearing all black. But it's so convincing and good, like you don't mind it. Like it's like that's how they've always been. So I thought the match was really good. I thought it was actually better than the tournament finals that would take place later in the night. And the Hype Bros, I love Zack Ryder. He's legitimately one of my very favorite of all time. I was with him and supporting him through his whole, his original like internet champion phase, and then seeing him win the U.S. title, and then his his return to relevance with winning the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania was my moment of the whole night. But I don't like Mojo Rawley. I don't at all.
No, not even a little bit.
Like especially when he was in NXT, when they have so many compelling, interesting characters, and they're so good in the ring and so cool and so exciting to see. Like his character he's really excited about everything. Like it's just a really, and I was shocked, really like in a bad way, to see him called up.
What's he so excited about all the time? Like that's not natural.
Yeah, why do you stay hyped? See a doctor, get help. It's cocaine.
Is there just no downtime in his life?
Yeah, what about when he goes to church? When he's sitting down to dinner, he just screams. But Ryder has always been an excellent tag team wrestler, and I really liked David Otunga, of all people, made a really cool point on commentary that Ryder just turns it up for pay-per-view matches, and that really makes a lot of sense, because I would say his win percentage on pay-per-view is way better than on Raw or SmackDown now. Like if he showed up on a regular show, it's almost always to put over whatever heel they wanted to push at the time. But when he actually gets a pay-per-view match, he gets it done. Like he won the U.S. title on pay-per-view and lost it on a Raw. Same for the Intercontinental title in his more recent reign. So I thought that was and Ryder looked really good last night. I honestly really hope, I don't know what they're going to do with Kurt Hawkins on Tuesday, but I'd love to see them interact in some way sooner rather than later. Because they have they're really like a modern Edge and Christian, like not in the same league, of course, but just knowing each other and friends for life, practically brothers. Like it'll be really cool.
Yeah.
Either on the same team or against each other.
They have to do something, even if it's just like if they don't want them really to protect each other storyline-wise, at least like a little nod, like
right,
like a backstage something. I don't know. I don't think they can completely ignore that.
Right. I mean, they even like showed Finn with the rest of the club, even though he's like the most face of faces. Like they know. So we'll look for that to happen for sure. So the third match on the show was, I believe, the Intercontinental title match, and that match, like Miz. I don't know what has gotten into Miz, but he obviously has something to prove, and it's been incredible to watch. His promo with Bryan was so good, and this match was probably, since he teamed with Morrison, the best in-ring work I've seen from him, I think. I mean, even then Morrison was always the star. That might have been his best match I've seen as far as in-ring work.
Yeah.
Like, they told a story. He looked, he both looked good, but like at the end of the day, he wasn't afraid to take, the cowardly heel win. That's what he needs to do. Let Ziggler look fine, but don't let him get the title, because Miz is an excellent Intercontinental champion. He got his character. I really couldn't say enough about that match. I thought it was, besides the women's match, which as we said was just exemplary, it was easily the second best match in the show, and it really eclipsed the world title for me.
How did Miz win exactly again? I already forget.
The ref got bumped, so Maurice pepper sprayed Ziggler.
That's right. Oh my gosh, that was great. And Can we? I know we've talked about it on here before, but can we just talk about how great Maurice has been?
Maurice is Maurice is an excellent manager. Like, it would be nice to see her back in the ring someday, but that was never her strongest suit. But as a manager to Miz, and just like the kind of stuff he's pulled on SmackDown, like making her go back and get the title for him, like it's so perfect and sleazy. And then everybody can see how Miz has, you know, like his face and just the way he looks and the way he acts, and then Maurice is so like stunning. It's like, oh, come on. Like, it's just walking heat. Just the fact that she would be with a guy like him, like, is awesome pairing. Oh my god, I'm so sorry I said that.
Huh?
I said it was an awesome pairing, and I'm ashamed.
Oh my god.
What have I done? So moving right along, we had the finals of the tag team tournament. The Usos versus Beauty and the Man Beast, Heath Slater and Rhino, as they dubbed themselves on the pre-show. I thought it was pretty good, but it was probably the weakest match on the show. It was really short, and the pay-per-view ended at like 10:30, so they had the time. I don't know why. I guess it was just from the Usos already having to fight a match. They didn't want to, you know, do too much with it. And it was kind of basic, like, Slater was the heel in peril the whole time, and then Rhino was finally able to get a gore in after Slater had like some offense. He actually hit, you know, I guess it's his finisher, just like a lifting DDT, like the Execution was.
Yeah.
So like he got his little offense in at the end, his little flurry, and they picked up the win. So I'm happy. You made the point, like personally, that, you know, the Heath Slater storyline, it has to end. He can't just be like looking for his contract for forever. So it was nice, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm glad.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't belabor it.
That was a really good chance of winning.
But I am curious as to where we're going to go from here, because, you know, American Alpha, of course, has to be in the picture. So I guess they'll just feud with the Usos. So who do you think, if that's one feud in the SmackDown tag teams, who will Rhino and Slater be defending against first?
Man, I don't think their reign's going to be very long.
Me neither.
I wouldn't be surprised even if it was like triple threat at No Mercy between the Usos, American Alpha, and Slater and Rhino.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
One of the better, I don't want to say better tag teams, but that's what they are. One of the better tag teams taking the titles then, and then those two feuding.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Or maybe, I mean, they've been so damaged by what's happened lately, but maybe Breezango or the Vaudevillains could just get a push.
I wouldn't be against that, certainly. Definitely the Vaudevillains. I'm not crazy about Breezango.
Yeah, that's another, like, I mean, like, their personalities match well. Like, it's okay, but it's two guys thrown together. There's no need for that. When you have so many amazing teams that are there as a team, they want to be a team, like TM61 and NXT and the Revival and Tommaso and Ciampa. Like why do they feel the need to do that with their mid card? But anyway, I mean, that's neither here nor there. The future of the tag team looks really good on SmackDown, especially, I mean, better than Raw, where the New Day will just never ever lose.
Yeah.
So at least like they're showing, you know, like I really just like, I like tournaments. I like basically every single team on SmackDown, you know, had a chance, and we got to see what they can do. I was really happy with the whole tournament.
Me too. I liked it, and I like tournaments too. I don't like them when they go a super long time. Like, I like this. It was just like 3 weeks.
Yep, I agree with that. So the main event of the evening was AJ Styles trying to capture the WWE Championship from Dean Ambrose. And AJ Styles did it and is the WWE Champion, something that, I mean, nobody ever really believed could happen. And we were both just beside ourselves. We both really like Ambrose, but to see AJ Styles with the WWE Championship. I saw a really cool picture that was going around on Twitter of him with the TNA title, and then right next to it with the IWGP, and then with the WWE Championship. Like, it's crazy.
It's incredible. Never, ever thought I could see him in WWE, and even then, even if he did, certainly not a main eventer.
Right. Let alone beating Cena cleanly 1 month and then getting the championship 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And it was a really good match. Like I said, Miz and Ziggler was better, but it's not really anything out of this match. I just thought there was more personality in Miz and Ziggler's match. Like, but I will say that Styles, and this is really mean to Ambrose. I don't want to, like, I've been ragging on him a lot on the show. Like, Ambrose has not been who he just isn't how he used to be to me in a lot of ways. But they had a great match last night, and I don't want to say AJ Styles carried him because that's not how I feel it was, but they worked together well, and it was the best Ambrose match I've seen since he fought Triple H at Roadblock, easily.
Easily.
And I really like what they're doing with AJ's character, where like he could have won. Like he never hit the forearm or the clash until the very end of the match. Like he could have maybe done it fairly, but when the opportunity presented itself to take the easy way out, like why not? I want to win. I want to prove I'm the best. So I'm just gonna do it.
That wasn't like desperation doing the low blow. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna do that.
Like he literally, like they showed it. Like he literally, like, oh, the ref is down. Well.
Yep.
So
well done. So well done. It's what we wanted to happen, and it makes sense too. You know? Like,
yeah.
It doesn't always have to be what we want, but I really, WWE just does not make sense sometimes, and it's maddening.
Yeah, especially coming off of SummerSlam, where so many things were just baffling and crazy, and we just cannot see the logic in them. For them to just, you know what, this is what you guys want. You want to have an amazing match. You want AJ Styles to be the champion. So here you go. He's going to do it in a cool way. It'll make sense. Lots of good counters. A really nice flowing match. And there you go. So all in all, I would say there might be one I'm forgetting, but
I was gonna say, do we want to talk about Bray Wyatt and Kane real quick?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I completely forgot that it even existed. So I thought it was kind of like, I don't know the word for it, gauche or whatever, for them to keep advertising Orton and Wyatt on the pre-show when everybody knew, like it had been out on the internet half the day, that Orton wasn't going to be able to fight. So I thought that was weird. Like if I'm watching the pre-show on YouTube and they're like, yeah, well, you know, I can't wait, Orton's going to win, RKO out of nowhere, and then he didn't.
Maybe they should have done the backstage interview on the pre-show, and then the story could be like, oh, is Orton going to be able to compete?
Yeah.
Now you got to tune in to see what happens.
Oh, we lose.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, you gotta believe it's not our fault.
No.
Combined 250 kills. So they replaced it with Kane instead, and I mean, I know, like, it's because Orton interfered, and I know, like, whatever, but Bray Wyatt always loses, and it's so frustrating to me when he's so good. Like, really, and I mean, I know this is probably unfair. But ever since he lost to Cena at WrestleMania, he has never really risen from that. That was his highest, an amazing build against Cena, and really thinking, you know, really believing he could do it, and then he lost, and he's won matches here and there, but he lost his feud with Jericho. I guess he won the feud with Ambrose, but it was like, I mean, like a nothing. He lost the feud with Reigns. Like, he just does not ever win, and he loses to Kane. And I know, Orton interfered. Okay, I get it, but I'm sick of seeing Bray Wyatt lose. And why should I continue to believe he's a god? He's the new face of fear. He's the new Undertaker, the new creepy man. Then why doesn't he ever win? Why should I be afraid of him if I know that he has no chance of winning? So that was definitely the low point of the show for me. They had a fine match. I'm glad that it was no holds barred. I like it when they have like one stipulation match on the card just to break it up a bit.
It was a good match. They did some cool spots. The army tank with the Ferrari engine move does from one announce table to the next was super hot. Yeah, that was probably the spot of the night, I would say. Like as far as like the most like whoa move. And that's the one that elicited the holy shit chants from the audience. So, yeah, I don't personally like the finish, but it was a fine match, and maybe he'll get his revenge. And I mean, it does need to be said that he did win via forfeit. Like, the record books will show that Wyatt was 1-1 last night, so, I mean, I guess that's something. Maybe. So I'm not super upset that he lost last night, but in general, I'm really upset with what they've done with him. Like, wins and losses eventually do matter when all you do is lose.
Yep, I totally agree with that. So anyway, just in closing, Backlash was amazing. I think, unless I'm forgetting something, probably my favorite pay-per-view of the year so far, of the calendar year,
Absolutely.
I should say.
Absolutely.
And it was nice to see WWE back on the right foot, but we'll see if they continue that with Clash of Champions. SmackDown has been the stronger product in both of our opinions lately, so we'll see. I do think this will light a fire under them, though, with Backlash being, you know, as good as it was. But anyway, that'll probably wrap it up for us today, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for Clash of Champions. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Nah.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any War Stories or Raw is War Stories every Tuesday and Thursday, but there's content every single day on the Fluence's channel. My name has been Jericho. Thank you to Iceman for joining me, and we'll see you guys next time. I don't know about you, but we're full.